Alright lads, so tomorrow morning we are going to be getting the Untold Stories Round 4 banner return with Yoruichi and Soifun, and in today's video we're going to be breaking down the banner, letting you lads know some of the value, and is it worth summoning on. Now the banner is going to be here from tomorrow morning at 8 AM for me, and it will last until the 30th, so basically the second this banner does leave is when the end of month banner does drop. And of course, speaking about end of month, we are aware that end of month is going to be a pretty big banner. We don't know how good or bad the character could be. We don't even know what the characters will be, but we can pretty much say with certainty that it is going to be a 1000-year Blood War banner, especially considering that we are getting a Bankai Livestream on the 25th. So in my opinion, because this banner isn't really going anywhere, I definitely recommend for those that are maybe tempted to summon on this banner, maybe for those that are tempted to potentially go all in, I recommend maybe waiting until the 25th, the 27th, when we get full information about what end of month is going to be, so you can make a better decision if you should summon on that banner or if you should summon on this particular banner. That way you won't regret potentially spending all your obs in this banner if you don't end up caring about end of month. So the best thing to do, in my opinion, for those that are potentially trying to go more than 2 steps in this banner, is just to wait until the 25th, 27th, because at that point we're going to have full information about the banners, the characters themselves, and again, at that point you'll make the decision then if you want to summon for that banner or if you want to summon for this banner. That said though, this banner does feature 4 spirits SAFWY characters, the first of course being Yoruichi and also Soifun, and then the second set of characters is the round 1 of spirits SAFWY Uryu, Don Kanonji with Picaro, and also Uryu. And alongside those 4 characters, you also have 5 CFYOW characters rounding up this entire banner. And of course, they aren't the only characters, because you do also have another 1.5% chance to get another character, essentially a character you potentially don't want. But your featured pull rate to get one of those 9 characters just listed is a 4.5% chance. Your first, 6th, 11th, 16th, and 21st step is going to cost you 150 orbs, and then your 2nd, 7th, 12th, 17th, and 22nd step is going to cost you 200 orbs. And then every 5th step you are guaranteed a featured character, which of course includes one of these 9 characters. And for those curious about how good the characters are, let's talk about it. So firstly, starting off with Yoruichi. Now Yoruichi is one of the best characters to come out this entire year, and she came out at the start of the year I believe end of month February. Now what makes this Yoruichi really good is the fact that she has a solid set of great strong attacks. SA1 is a short beam in front of her, SA2 is a pretty large lunge in front of her, and then her SA3 is full screen. Tied to the fact that she does have Havoc plus 20%, adding to the range that she does have, and the fact that she also does have Frenzy plus 1, 40% Berserker, 20% more damage at full stamina, and also the spiritual pressure boost. When you do inflict a stat, you are getting that 80% stat boost to your spiritual pressure stat. This makes her hit very, very hard. In combination with the fact that she has Marauder, she's a Yoruichi, so she comes with 4 built-in flash steps, and also due to the fact that she does have a very easy time inflicting stat elements, due to the fact that she does have an increased chance of inflicting stat elements against any mind enemy. This makes her very, very powerful. Literally one of the hardest hitting characters in the entire game, one of the fastest characters in the entire game. Because it is a Yoruichi, you can give her long stride for bonus abilities, and she is flying through the map. Visually, I think this character looks great, and she also does have a great set of survivability skills, since she does come with element reversal and also a team heal every time you move into another map. This Yoruichi has a lot going for her in terms of mobility, damage output, and survivability, and because of that, it makes her one of the best heart characters in the entire game. Yes, even rivaling someone like 6th Anniversary Aizen. As for Soifun is going to be your normal attack damage character of this particular banner. Now, Soifun actually has a lot going for her. Despite her basically being a guild quest character, the way she was designed, she's essentially allowed to be used in any content you really want to put her against. Even something like Cop, for example. She's a great auto character, so she does come with a high damage output and great survivability. That's due to the fact that she does have an SA2 boost and barrier move, a 33% attack, focus, and defense increase, and a 5-hit barrier for yourself, 3-hit barrier for your teammates. That's really good. It adds to her survivability. She has built-in recharge, so that SA2 can come back a tad bit faster, and then she also does have a really high damage output, given the fact that she does have a 60% bruiser, flurry plus 1, and also an additional 20% no attack damage for your entire team, given you are a power attribute captain. In addition to that, she does have guard break and also sprinter plus 1, so she is easily able to be used in normal PvE content. And again, just like Yoruichi, because this character is a Soifun, she does come with 4 flash steps. So if you do want to give her long stride as a bonus ability, she is going to be flying around the map at a very fast speed. So this character's main usage is going to be just for autoing some of the harder content. She can auto something like IT, for example. She also is very good in guild quests, and she's the current only melee no affiliation killer that is NAD based with a boost SA2. That's very important if you are struggling in that particular guild quest. And then she also makes for a pretty annoying character in arena, since she does have that multi barrier, SA2, high damage output, and also does get last ditch survival at level level 5. So Soifon is a character that, you know, you might not use a lot. I personally don't use her a lot. She does have paralysis and poison in every single attack, so she is a good character. Again, just someone that I don't use all too much, but she definitely has a lot of value, especially if you are a Soifon fan. You can use it to auto some of the harder content like IT. You can use her in Guild Quest, where she really does excel in. You can use it in Arena, and you can also just use her to play normal PvP content, have a lot of fun, because again, it is a Soifon character. She does speed through content quite fast. Next up, we have Kanonji with Picaro. He's a mind no affiliation character with the Hollow and a Ranker kill ability. Now, Kanonji has a lot of great skills about him that make him really useful in my opinion, but he kind of falls behind due to the string attacks that he does have, as they aren't really the best for dealing damage, and most of the time you will find yourself maybe get into a bad position that you don't want to get into. But Kanonji still does have his value due to the fact that he does have 2 killers, that is obviously Hollow and also a Ranker, and he does have an increased chance of inflicting stat elements against both of those enemies, which I really do like about him. He has Guard Break, Frenzy +1, and also a 20% Berserker with 20% Havoc, so range is a tad bit lackluster. Same goes for the damage. His strong attacks aren't really all too good, but he does have read hollow dodges, so you can use him to farm certain scrolls. He's also pretty useful in Senkamon on the stage 25 of the current Iceberg of Perseverance, and then he also does have a team party heal. So this is a character that is best to look at as a support character, because he isn't really going to be the character that's going to be doing a lot of damage. He's going to be inflicting stat elements, hitting your team, and that's basically about it. If you like his gameplay, because his gameplay is actually really fun, him just riding around in his Jean's Arc, it's really fun. The visuals of the character is great. I think the song is one of the best in the entire game, in my opinion. But other than that, as far as a character, for those that only really care about meta, this Kanonji doesn't have much going for him outside of maybe a Senkamon stage. And then for the last spirits off every character to talk about, we have Uryu. Now, Uryu is a character that, again, strong attack-wise, is a tad bit lackluster. He definitely has good enough strong attacks to be used, but you're definitely going to find a hard reason to use him outside of the fact that he is a link slot character. So by using this character in epic raids, use him in IT, use him in IZ, he's giving you 5 guaranteed speed link slot potions. So that's pretty good. You can technically use him in IT, since he does have an increased chance of inflicting stat elements against speed attribute hollows. So if you have no other better tech character, you can make use of him in the IT whenever the killers are hollow. But other than that, he's mainly just there to be a link slot character. That's about him. He's a pretty valuable character in that sense if you do like a speed link slot character, because again, this character will be giving you the extra pots. I was using him this month in epic raids, and I think he's semi-decent. He's not an amazing character, but he's okay. He's good enough to be used. And again, if you are lacking a speed link slot character, you would definitely make usage of this character, since he does have that valuable skill. Moving on to Kenny, very similar situation. This character is a normal attack damage character. Now, a lot of people hate this character because of the way this character was designed. He is a NAD character with no guard break that was designed to be used in co-op content like Inheritance Zone to farm links or potions. So similar to Uryu, he is also a link slot character, but the great thing about this character is that he's kind of gotten better over time due to the fact that majority of the link slot farming is now done in epic raids and not in something like IZ, where this character really doesn't excel in. In epic raids though, he makes for a pretty good character. Again, if you are lacking a speed link slot character and you need one for the technique attribute to farm speed link slot potions, he can definitely make do if you are in need of someone to farm link slot potions with. For me, I don't own someone like Grimmjow or the Orihime. I do own Uryu. I've personally been using this Kenpachi because as a NAD character in epic raids, they do good amounts of damage. Even when he's not a bonus, he can actually kill quite fast. I've given him full stam and also weak in defense, and I feel like he's the character that's gotten better over time due to the fact that NAD characters really do excel in epic raid content. So he might not be the most optimal character, but if you ever are farming epic raids, Kenpachi can definitely be used there, which is a good thing in my opinion. Seinosuke is a speed no affiliation with the Ranker kill ability. Honestly, this character doesn't really have much going for him. It's not that he's bad, because he does have a decent damage output, a 40% Berserker with Havoc and also Guard Break. But the thing about this character is that he doesn't really have the best strong attack hit or skills to really back it up. He has a decent SA2, which is a heal and also a barrier move, but it's only a 1-hit barrier for your teammates and a 3-hit barrier for yourself. And since he doesn't inflict any stat elements, you're going to find it very hard to actually ever use this character, maybe outside of a particular Senkamon stage. Confused Shunsui is again another decent character, does have Havoc at the very least, so he does have some decent strong attacks with a 20% Berserker on the lower end, but he does make up for with an extra 40% damage to lacerated enemies. This character kind of wants to do that. He also does have Devastation, so his Sobum can actually hit quite hard. If you are in need of someone with no affiliation killer to maybe do some guild quest content, he is a decent character at that. Of course, there are better characters out there, but Shunsui himself isn't really anything special. But if you do like his gameplay and you do like Shunsui, he's good enough to be used. Szayelaporro is next. He is a mind Ranker / Espada with the Sorpa Killer. Again, just another decent character. At the very least, this character was given Havoc, so he does have some good range on his strong attacks, but he does lack any Berserker. His damage output is quite poor, especially if you are used to only using characters that came out in the last year or two. Characters nowadays have insane damage output, and this character, unfortunately, is a tad bit lackluster when it comes to the strong attack damage. Unfortunately, is a tad bit lackluster when it comes to a damage output, but you know what? His strong attacks are good enough, and if you do want to use him, you definitely can do that, but again, you're going to find it hard to actually use a character like this. Again, maybe outside of a Senkan stage. And the same can unfortunately be said for another character, the last character's banner, that being Aaroniero. Unfortunately, in Aaroniero's case, despite him having a pretty good kit, outside of maybe that SA2, which is a tad bit wonky in terms of the invincibility frames, Aaroniero did not come with any Berserker or Havoc, so essentially, he doesn't really have much going for him. Damage output he's lacking, range he's lacking, and that's really about it. He has some good survivability, since he's immune to weaken and also paralysis, and his Sobum can heal you, but outside of that, Aaroniero, again, you're going to find a hard time using him, again, maybe outside of a certain Senkan stage where you're kind of required to bring an Espada character. And with that, that's basically the breakdown for the Untold Stories round 4. So this banner overall is pretty decent at best. I don't think it's anything like a must summon. Yes, Yoruichi and Soifun are great characters, and they're great to have, and you definitely will use them. Going for them in this particular banner, I'm not sure if that's going to be the call. Again, I recommend most people save till the 25th/the 27th to find out what end of month is going to be before deciding to summon on this banner. Despite me being a Yoruichi simp, despite me wanting dupes of both Yoruichi and Soifun, I'm personally going to wait around 5 or so months for our final SAFWY banner. If you don't know, we have 2 more SAFWY banners left, a 2-character banner and a 3-character banner. Our next new SAFWY banner should potentially have Retsu and Kenny in the banner, and by the time the final new Beyond Bankai set of characters come out, it will be in around 4 or so months where this Yoruichi and Soifun could potentially be fillers on that particular banner. That's not guaranteed to happen, but it is somewhat likely, especially considering the fact that Kisuke and Shinji were present on the Roku and CN banner, so there's a good chance that, again, the next SAFWY banner is going to have Retsu and Kenny, and the banner after that is then going to have Yoruichi and Soifun, which potentially might be a 5-character Beyond Bankai banner. 3 new characters, and then this Soifun and Yoruichi as fillers. If that does happen, and again, it's not guaranteed to happen, but it is likely, that I'm going to be happy I skipped a banner like this. With that said, though, if you are summoning on this banner, good luck, hopefully get what you want. Let me know in the comments below how deep you plan to go, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.